This video has to do with customizing your quick access toolbar. Now the toolbar is very, very important. You're going to find throughout Excel it's so much easier to perform an operation by just clicking on an icon. If I clicked on here for the B, it would make something bold or underline your text. Likewise, if you come over here for the auto sum button, you can click that down arrow and then highlight what you want to do to an operation. The main thing here is this idea of clicking on icons or pictures. It makes things so much easier and so much more efficient. One way of doing that is by looking up here in the upper left hand corner. If you position your mouse over this down arrow, you're going to get a message saying customize your quick access toolbar. I mean, that's what we're going to kind of look at briefly right now. If you hit that down arrow, the standards are, if you have a check mark right now, that there is a button for a new worksheet. So if you press on that, you're going to get a new worksheet. As a rule, I would like to have a button for opening up a file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight open and then click the checkbox. I now have a new icon, which is open file. I'm going to go back to that down arrow, and what I always like to have is also a button for print preview. I'm going to highlight it and left click it. If you go up here now, I could click on this icon or button, and that would allow me to print preview or look at the print preview option. Next, I want to hit this down arrow, and I'm going to enhance my quick access toolbar by adding 4 or 5 buttons that you're using all the time. It's going to save you from going back and forth to your keyboard. Those 4 or 5 buttons are going to be the equal sign, and as we know, in order to begin a formula, we must always begin with the equal sign. Then I'm also going to create a button for plussing or adding information, minus sign, multiplication, and lastly division. And there's all types of other buttons you're going to add, but I'm just going to add those to begin with. So I'm going to go to this down arrow, and then I'm going to move my cursor all the way down to more commands, and then left click. When I get this dialog box, I'm going to go up to this area right here and hit the down arrow and choose all commands. I want all possibilities. So I hit the down arrow and I'm going to choose all commands. As you can see, this has now been changed to all commands. So any possible command in Excel is listed in this box right here, and it's all alphabetized. So for instance, I'm going to move the cursor down. I'm moving this area right here, and I'm going to go down to equal. Right here, it's actually called equal sign. I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to add that. Click over here to add. It's now been moved over into my quick access toolbar, but I'm going to add a few other ones. Equal, Next, we're going to move down to the plus sign. Find it, highlight it for the plus sign, and add it. Minus sign is the next one, so I'm going to retrace back. It's a little bit of time initially, but once it's done once, it's finished. I'm going to highlight minus sign, click on add, so it's minus sign, click on add. The next one is going to be a little bit further on down for multiply. Multiplication sign, add. The next one we want is divide. Division sign. Click on add. Now for the time being, this is what we're going to be adding. We just added the equal sign because all formulas always begin with the equal sign. We have the plus, minus, multiplication, and division. Now, this is very important. After you've moved your new icons over here to this box, what you want to do next is click on OK. Once again, do not click on reset. What we want to do is click on OK. After doing that, what we can see is we now have the ability to have our equal sign, our plus, minus, multiply, and divide. Now another thing I'm going to show you, it's very easy to add other icons that you're using all the time. To add those icons in case you can't find them or if you forget where you might have placed them, it's very easy to move them onto your quick access toolbar. For instance, if I click on the View tab, there's a button that we've talked about quite often called Freezing Your Panes. View tab, Freeze Panes, find it, and then just right click. We're going to get our menu, and then we have the ability to add to our quick access toolbar. And as you can see, it's just been added to our toolbar. If we click on the Insert tab, if we want to be creating or adding a table, Insert tab, here's the table icon. If I want to place that in my quick access toolbar, I right click, add to quick access toolbar, highlight it, and left click. And once again, that has now been added to my quick access toolbar. So once again, it's a way of saving a heck of a lot of time, and it's very handy. Thank you.